Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Today's video is day 23. Day 23 of hashtag 1 month in my Bujo challenge, and today's focus is going to be on a cheat sheet. But first, let's start with the dailies, which I've already filled out slightly yesterday, so I wouldn't forget that I needed to do some of these things. I don't think I need to add anything more off of the top of my head. Jay mentioned that it's going to be raining possibly today, so I had bikes out because we were going to go for a bike ride this weekend and also bring in the basketballs. So I have that written down because I don't want them to be rained on. Also, I have been watching The Crown on Netflix and it's really good, and I had some time to go ahead and collage while I was watching that. So this is my spread for the book that I'm going to be reading this week, and this is the vocab spread for the week, and I just use some stickers and some sticky paper. Look how pretty that butterfly is, from Your Creative Studio. I also did some note-taking yesterday on that packet from, what's it called? NaNoWriMo. And I've just been writing the notes in here instead of writing them on the packet itself because I like to keep a hard copy of the packet. I just didn't want to write in it, so I'm writing it currently in here. So like I mentioned, I don't think I need to add anything to this right now. So let's get to the focus, which is a cheat sheet. If you didn't know, the official bullet journal has a second edition, which has been sold out since probably like the first week that they were selling them. I didn't get one because I knew about it, but I was like, no, you're going to go with Hobonichi. And then I ended up doing a bullet journal. So, note to self, just go ahead and buy it. You want to. I was trying to be good, but sometimes you have regrets. Anyway, there is a picture on the website of some of the new features that the second edition is going to be coming with, including a cheat sheet that's already pre-printed, which I love because as a lazy planner, I don't care to draw things out more than I have to. But I went on and I kind of was trying to blow it up and it was kind of fuzzy-wuzzy, but this is what I ended up getting from the new model, which I think is pretty awesome. So a cheat sheet is meant to divide your pages or help you divide your pages, your layouts a little bit better, a little bit quicker. So I think the first thing to mention is that there are 27, I believe. Yeah, 27 dots across, but they actually only use 25 of the dots. So there's one here and one here that's unused, and they use this section of 25 to get a little bit more of an even account across. And then they, I believe, skip excuse me, 1 dot down and go with 37 dots instead of 38, which is available on the page. And they go ahead and they divide that as evenly as they can as well. So this is something that you can go ahead and do. I've seen different designs of this. People like to make this super colorful. I just went ahead and used my friction colors so that I could erase when I messed up, which I certainly did, so that I wouldn't have to do it in pencil first and then go over it later, which is what a lot of people do as well. This certainly didn't take me a lot of time, and once you can wrap your brain around what they're doing, it's going to be quicker every single time that you add it into a bullet journal. Of course, these measurements are going to be different depending on what kind of notebook you are using, whereas the Moleskine is more narrow, so these measurements are certainly not going to work for that. So you have to figure that out. I think this is just something, in my opinion, that a lot of those Bujo bullet journal people that like to make things pretty like to do because people like to watch it. They like to watch it as they set it up. I certainly do as well. It's a crowd pleaser, but I'm just not interested in doing that. I'm more interested in helping people that might not know that you can do a cheat sheet, more about education than I'm going to draw this all out and make things look pretty. I just really don't have the sitting time for that. This is just something I did while I was watching. I like to multitask. I was watching The Crown. Anyway, I only use 2 colors because, again, for me, it's not that serious. You can certainly use multicolors, make it rainbow if you'd like. So this is the first cheat sheet. Again, going back to Boho Berry, she was the first person I ever heard talk about a cheat sheet. And at the time, it wasn't even this. It was just a sticky note that I believe she kept in her bullet journal that told her how many dots or squares were across and how many were down. And that's great to know too, because then you can just go ahead and divide it in your head and go ahead and make your spreads that way. So you can certainly do that. This one, of course, is more elaborate. And then I saw a YouTuber, which I will flash their name on the screen because it's been months and months. They had a different version of a cheat sheet, which I thought was pretty ingenious. So what they did was they took one of the sheets that was in their bullet journal and they cut it the long way. That's important. You have to cut it long, not wide. And they went ahead and they created a cheat sheet this way, which I thought was pretty smart. So I didn't do the back. This is the long side. You can see that it lines up perfectly like this. So now you can move this to any spread on any page, which makes it even more adaptable than this. And you can go ahead and take these and put them on to your sheet. Now they did theirs a little bit different, so I highly recommend that you look them up and check out how they did theirs. But I just went ahead and I marked how to divide this into 2 boxes, like if I wanted to make 2 boxes or columns. I know that I have to mark on dot 2 and dot 18, and then dot 21 and dot 20 or 37, excuse me, and that will divide it evenly for me into 2 boxes. Of course, they use 37 dots instead of the 38 that are available, so I have marked here that this is half if you use the 38 dots. And then on the back, the reason why you use the long part is so that you can also not only be able to stretch it all the way down, but across the page as well. So I have marked in black here where the page ends. So this is the actual width of the page. And then the red marks indicate where dot 1 and dot 25 are, because remember, that is what they use here in order to divide this evenly. So I have taken, how to divide this into 2, into thirds, fourths, sixths, and eighths. And you can just go ahead and line it up. And I know that if I wanted to make even dots here, I would have to do it on line 2, 12, and then 15 and 25. And if I wanted to do thirds, I would line it up on dot 2, 8, 10, and 16. 18 and 24. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. It folds in half, so you can put it in your back pocket of your, at least in this one has a back pocket. You can put it back here and it's out of the way and you can use it anytime you need it. So I had created one of these probably a little after October when I got my Hobonichis, because this year I'm a 3-time Hobonichi champion. So I actually have one of these already created for the Hobonichi, which is 4mm grid. So this won't work in every notebook, just in the one. But the great thing about this one is I didn't have to make 3 of them like I would if I decided to draw out the cheat sheet like this. I would have to do 1 in each of my Hobonichis. I was just able to do 1 and use it in at least the 2 large A5 ones. And I would have to make a separate one if I wanted to for my Hobonichi weeks, but it still works. It's just probably not going to divide everything evenly since the amount of squares is going to be different. The other thing that I tend to use, which you have seen before, is this guy here. And this is somewhat like a cheat sheet because you can line this up and it tells you here that this is going to give you times 4, times 5, times 6. I believe I tend to use the 5 one across when I make my little weekly spread. So I really recommend this. This is the person that sells them on Etsy. I was going to say Instagram for some reason, but it's on Etsy. And I do recommend, because I believe it's been a while since I ordered these, that there are different types. So you have to make sure that you're getting one for the notebook that you actually want. This one works perfectly in the Leuchtturm 1917. And you can see here that down they have counted out all 38 of the dots, and then across that there are 26 dots. And so that's basically what you're doing here when you're numbering them 1 through 26, and then 1 through, this one is 27, but you can do the 28. So I recommend any of these to help you with your bullet journaling and your spreads. It's just a little bit quicker once you already have it written down and you can refer to it again. A lot of times if I make a spread, I always see Romany from Romany's Realm. Sometimes she'll take the spread that's over here and she's drawing it here. She'll kind of just come here and line up and mark them off and then go ahead and make her ruler lines, which is also very smart and very easy peasy. As a lazy planner, I think that they work out really well for me. So let me know if you've tried any of these and which one worked for you. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.